Power BI, many of them, many of my students, or say many of my friends, or most of them actually message me or call me saying that what is this Power BI? It looks very similar to Excel, or say that we want to know more about this technology, or say this application. The Power BI is nothing but it's a tool which helps me in creating a dynamic dashboard in a simple way. Power BI is nothing but it's business intelligence. You guys know what is business intelligence. Business intelligence means converting your raw data into a proper formatted reports. The definition is very big actually, but I'm just giving you in a brief thing so that you guys can easily understand. Business intelligence is nothing but taking a raw data, the unclean data, and then converting that into a proper formatted reports. The data can be of various types. So what has happened now? The data is coming in different formats with different size. The problem is people doesn't know how to convert this into reports. There are so many tools what we have now. We have Tableau, we have Power BI, we have Excel, we have a MicroStrategy, then we have ClickView. There are hundreds of business intelligence tools which is actually coming in the market. So the students or say candidates are getting confused which one to choose because there are so many tools. So which one to choose so that I can stay in the market? I'll explain all this in a detailed manner so that you guys can choose which tool to learn. See, it's always like this. Let's take an example of the mobile handsets. There are so many companies. Depending on my requirement, what I do is I'll go and I'll purchase the handset. When I say Samsung, the people are there who actually love Samsung. There are some people who love Apple. There are some people who love Lenovo or say MI or Realme. There are so many different handsets. Now I cannot tell that you purchase only Realme or say MI or say Samsung. It depends on your requirement, depends on your budget. Similarly, the BI tools, what is there, there can be hundreds. But what is the most commonly used? That is what you guys have to choose. First thing, actually, any company they think about the cost. When they say there are different tools which are very costly, I don't know the exact price, but there are some tools which are very costly. But what company will do is they'll see how I can actually work on this business intelligence say tools or say reports with very low cost. But again, doesn't mean that they'll lose the quality. They'll also think about the quality. So what they do is they'll prioritize, say whether I should choose, what kind of a business intelligence tool which will satisfy or say which will help me in creating my reports with the size of the data what I have. People they think that okay, let me just go to a application which is very much easily available for me. In that, Power BI is also one because Power BI is open source where anyone can download it, they can install, they can start working. Now the question comes, why we should learn Power BI? People say that there are some softwares like Tableau or say ClickView or say MicroStrategy or so many things. See, it depends on the company to company. We cannot go and tell that see Power BI is free. You start working on Power BI only. Let me be very practical. Say some companies use Tableau because they have a different kind of approach. They have a kind of data where they have to work on some features which Power BI might not support. Some companies actually think that okay, I have all the options which I need, and I'll go with Power BI only because it is free. It depends on company to company, project to project, assignments to assignment, so that whichever software will help me, whichever tool will help me in creating the reports and with a low cost, with all the options, then I'll choose that. So you cannot judge or you cannot say that okay, I'll learn only Tableau so that I'll be master in Tableau and I'll go and work in a company. I'll learn only Power BI. I'll go and look for job in Power BI. But there is something common with all these BI tools, that is they are very simple and very easy to create reports. That is they are just drag and drop. There are some programs which I've tried, but that will be very minimal, and not everyone has to be a programmer in this. That means that is a kind of different section. So what people will actually concentrate, say an analyst or say people who are reporting specialists, they just have to concentrate more on how to create reports, how to learn charting techniques, or say how to work on visualizations of the dashboards. In that, Power BI play a very major role because it is free, it is easy to use. Moreover, it is exactly like Excel, and it is nothing but the extended version of Excel. So what I was trying to tell you is BI is a Microsoft product which use all the concepts of Excel, but the thing is there are more advanced features in this. And now if you see, Power BI is becoming more popular because now I'm getting many options in this, easy to create the reports. Moreover, it is freely available. If the data increases, then yes, we have to pay for that, but that will be very minimal actually, around some 700 to 800 rupees per month, I guess. I'm not sure about the exact cost, but it will be somewhere in that range. So this actually helps anyone can easily, any companies with, let's say, startups, or the bigger companies, the tier one companies also can use this, and many reports are actually getting generated by this Power BI. So this is just a brief introduction what I've given, but for saying that why I should learn Power BI. I'll tell you again, Power BI, I cannot say Power BI is number one or say Tableau is number one. It depends on company to company, which software they're usually using. Why? Because I want to be very practical. No, I'm not saying you guys that okay, you choose Power BI because it is number one. You have a lot of opportunities. Take Tableau, it is number one. You have got a lot of opportunities. You cannot actually judge anything like that. Every application has got its own advantages and disadvantages. But what I'm trying to tell you is Power BI is more popular because it is freely available, and it is very similar to your Excel, and it is extended version of Excel. So that's why it is becoming more popular, because you don't have to put more efforts on working on the say dashboards. Here one more advantage is, now when I say Excel dashboards, I have to write macros, and I have to do a lot of customizations in Excel dashboards. But when it comes to Power BI, it is just drag and drop. Everything is easily available where I can just drag and drop and I'll get the reports. And it is easy to publish as well, so that anyone who has got the access can see from remote places. Where in Excel it is little difficult, or I can say it is very difficult to share among many people across say across the globe. So it's very difficult to share the Excel dashboards, but Power BI has got more options where you can share it globally, as well as you can see the reports in your mobile as well. Like what you see the internet pages, you can see the reports in your mobile as well. There are a lot of things I'll show you where you can go and you can download all these options, where these dashboards can be published, that I'll be showing you in brief, so that you can understand how Power BI will be useful in the report industry, right? Okay, now let me go to this tool. Here I have open the Power BI. Once I open this Power BI, this is the welcome screen what I get. This is very much similar to your MS Office applications, what we have. Exactly like MS Office applications. If you go here, see, I have all the files which are open, or if you want to create a new file, or if you want to get some data, I can go and get it here. Here I have one section where I have some help, where I can go and check if you have any doubts, you can go and check the help section here. Some videos are there, some tutorials videos also you can see here. And here you can see some blogs, and here you can see some training videos, or say samples, or if you want to learn something, you can go here and you can get the tutorials also here. So as and when the updates are happening, they'll be keep updating this, and you have this Power BI blog where you can go and check. There'll be a lot of people who actually ask questions where they have doubts, or they are not getting some reports. So everything will be available here. Apart from that, some people will be publishing their work. Say for example, now you are working on some project, now suddenly you found something very new or very unique, then you can post it there so that many of them actually can get benefited out of it. Okay, fine. So this is very very open and very easily available, and I'll also show you how we can download that. This I've just opened it. So if you want to download, if you don't have that link, I'll just show you where you can go. See here, you can go to this powerbi.microsoft.com and say downloads. You can just type in Google Power BI downloads. Here I'll have all downloads where I can go here and I can download different versions. So there are different things. Just download this Microsoft Power BI desktop. This is as of now more than enough. Okay. Then here what I have, Power BI for mobile. So if you want to see the reports in mobile, you can just go and you can download this as well in your mobile. So it is available in all this Play Store, so say Google or Apple Store or whatever, you can download it. So there are some other reporting services which you can utilize this, but this will be more on admin section. So don't concentrate more on this. We'll concentrate on this desktop so that we can create some reports out of it and then we can publish it globally, right? Okay, let me come back to this. So don't think that it is difficult. It is very simple. You just have to think about how you are working in Excel and Power Pivots, say pivot tables or Power Pivots, just similar to this. Now if you go to this, I have this get data or recent sources, and these are the files what I have created. Let me just don't do anything. I'll just close this. If you want, you can directly go here and get the data, or see, I'll go here. I have a screen like this, and this is very simple to understand. Just compare this to your MS Office application. See, I have a ribbon, then I have tabs here, and it is very simple that you don't have too many tabs here. Very simple tabs here. The one is home, where you can get all the options I'll be using here for creating the dashboard. Then view, how my view should be, and then modeling, that is data modeling. I'll explain what is data modeling, and then we have different views where I can create the reports, understand the data or something. Okay, let me go here. I'll just see if I have some data. I'll just take some data for you guys. Data for okay, let me take this. I just took some data. I'll put it here in Power BI. Right. So how to take this data, how to create reports, I'll show you. See, it is such simple. What you have to do is first you have to import the data. Why we have to import the data is, see, this is actually a reporting tool. Power BI is always a reporting tool. Directly you cannot have a database like what I have for Excel. So I'll have a data in one place and start creating the reports. This is not like that. This is actually a business intelligence tool which will help me in creating the reports. I'll explain each and every layout, whatever is there. But before that, we need to have a data. So how to get the data? Let me go here. One is, I showed you with that welcome screen, I had that get data. I can get the data there, or I can go here. See, I have something called as external data. I can go here and say get data. Here, the advantage is I can connect to any data source and get the data. Any data source in the sense, I can get the data from Excel or the text file or CSV files, servers, that is SQL server. If you go here, see, there are so many data sets which is mentioned here. Otherwise, go to this more. See, I'll get a window. See, I'll get a window here. It is categorized in a simple way. Say all. So here, all the data set what I can connect, that will be available here. Or if you want to categorize it, say file. If you go here, see, these are the different type of file sets what I can actually import the data. Say database. We have so many different type of databases here. So Power BI has got its own data sets. So if you have the data stored in this format, you can take the data from this format. If you guys are good in Azure and if you're working on Azure projects, say the data is stored somewhere in the cloud. If you want to get the data, that also you can connect it here. Or online services means like I can connect the data from various online services like from web or something. That also I can do. I'll show you one of them, how to connect to web and get the data, that is live data. That also I'll show you. I'll go here. First, let's say I'll try to import the data from Excel. Just select this and say connect. See here, I have to say connect. When I say connect, what will happen? It will ask for the data. So I'll go to this path where we had connected, say in H drive, I saved in Power BI. Let me just select this. See, I'm just selecting it. It's such simple. Just take this and say open. What it will do is it will connect to the data. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to connect the data from my desktop itself. I'll show you how to connect the data from web also. Once I'm doing it, so what it will do, it will import all the data. See, I have these tables here. So if you want any table, I can go here. See, I'll connect it. Just select this enough. It will automatically get connected. So I'll select few of them, not everything. So it will become very slow. Let me just connect these three enough. Now if you go and check this, here there is one more advantage. If I'm importing, can you see this? It says column 1, but the column header is here. But let me select this table. See, I have the header properly and the data. But here if you see, it says column 1 and column 2. What will happen is this customer ID and customer name, which was supposed to be heading, it is becoming a data here. So whatever you see in this gray, this is actually the heading, and whatever you see in the bottom, that will be the data. Now let me select this location. Yes, this is fine, and this is not fine. This is actually saying column 1, column 2. This will actually create problem in your joining. Joining in the sense, for example, if I go here, I have a column. There will be a column C customer ID. This customer ID should actually match with this customer ID column here. This will give me the output, but the problem is I cannot recognize this column name because the field name, if it is there, if it is displayed, then it will be easy for me to connect while joining. Okay, so how to do this? There are options for this. That is the advantage of BI tools. Let me go here. See, I have something called as load and transform data. When I say load, what will happen is it will load this data, but I have found some mistake here, not mistake, say it is not importing properly. It's saying, but the heading is in data. So what I can do is I'll say transform data. If I click here, it will take me to another window, and this is called as, say, editor. Or say Power Query. So people will actually know that, see, Power Query. You would have heard about Power Pivots, the Power Query, Power View, Power Map. This window, what you see, this is Power Query Editor, and this is there in your Excel as well. I think many of them are not aware of it. The same concept is available in Excel as well, because now you have the complete BI concepts in Excel itself. I'll show you that as well. Now if you go and see this, see, I got the data. I can select this data. See, if you go to this customer, it says column 1, column 2. Now how to correct this? Now, what I can do is, see here in this home tab of Power Query Editor, there is an option called as transform. It says use the first row as headers. That means the data what you have the first row, I'll click here, that will become the header. Fine, it's done. So now let me save this. I'm saving this, it will say apply, and let me close this. It's getting saved. It will take some time actually, because it has to do a lot of internal calculations or say internal things, which is getting saved. Once it is saved, then I'll close this. See, it got saved successfully. Now I'll close this. Okay, not saved this file. Let me just save this file for you. I'll just say Power BI demo. Let's say save, and I'll close this. Let's close this, and this will come back to my Power BI desktop. Okay. So again, I'm telling you this editor, what you see here also, from here also I can go to this editor. If you click on this, again I'll go to this editor. This is an editor for editing your data and doing some calculations in this. This is Power Query. Okay, and this is there in Excel as well. I'll show you that as well. Now once I come here, see the data will come here. So just connect this with your Excel pivot table. See, I'll get all the fields here. I'll get all the fields which are available in that table what we imported. So where this table will be, see in Power BI, the windows are classified into three different parts. One is the dashboard, what you call it as report here. See, other one is the data. If you go click on this, I'll get all the information, or say if you go and click on this customer, see I'll get this data here. So this is where I can create some formulas that is called as DAX formulas. See, click on this, we'll get the data here. And this one is called as modeling, or say join, where I'll go here. Here I'll be using this data modeling. Data modeling is nothing but preparation of your data for creating the reports. See, I'll show you here. It is getting joined. So I was talking about the joins. The customer ID will not get connected properly. So this is what I was telling. See, now it is customer ID. It's getting connected here. The column name was not proper. The column name was not proper. So what will happen? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. So I was talking about the connection here. See, it will get connected here. So this joins itself is a very big topic. So I'll not go in detail of it. So let me go back to my reports. See, I got this data here. Now, how to create the reports? This is very simple. So here I have something called as visualizations. You just have to go and click on any of these visualizations. Let's say I want to create one column chart. I'll click on this. I'll get the window here. See, like this. Now let me go here. I'll say select the region. It will get selected automatically. See, and then I'll go here. I'll take this one of the datas. I'll take this sales. See, right now I want to create one more. Let's say I'll create this pie chart. Let me put it here. Let's say I want this by another data, that is by state. I'll go here. I'll say sales. See, I'm getting the data like this. Now just go and click on any of these bars. Say west. See, this will get updated like this. Right? So this is getting filtered here. So suppose if you want to have a drop down, that is also very simple. I'll go to this slicer. See, let's go here, and then I'll take the region here. See, I'll get the region. This is the list. Let me click on any of this list. See, I want to convert this into drop down. You don't have to bother. There is one small arrow here. Click on this and convert this into drop down. That's all. Now you can go here. You can create reports like this. Okay, this is such simple actually. Any reports if you want to create, let me go here. See, I want to create any of these reports. Just select and then create the reports. Now let's say I want to create one. Let's take this clustered column chart. I'll take this region. Let's say I want to show sales and profit. See, I can show it like this. Now suppose if you want to change the format of it, just go here and click on this. Any of the visualization, automatically this will get changed. So any of these visualizations will support, I can easily go here, click on this, that will automatically get changed. This is how I can create the reports. This is by importing the data which is there in my desktop and do it. I can also connect the data from various web pages or say from servers and get the data. I have created one small dashboard. So when we had this um, lockdown, so in the day one only, I was just thinking what to do with this lockdown. So what I did, I created one dashboard. This is a very old data. That is when the lockdown happened, and this is 1 month back data. Let me go here. I just created one small dashboard. Let me just show you. See, this one small dashboard what I created. This is an image, and here I just created one report here. I have the latest data as well. I'll show you how to do this with the latest data. See, this is the old data. That is, I think it's 1 month back data. So it's very simple to create like this. This I created in what, in half an hour or 1 hour. That's it. So you can just see. We'll go here. Confirmed cases. Okay. Then again, I showed you some drop down here. Go and click on this. See, you get the report. All this can be created very, in a simple way and very fast, because I have the data. The data should be cleaned. I have the data. Just drag and drop. That's all. See, like this. So how I have done? I just imported the data like what I showed you, and then start dragging and dropping the data. But you have to know how to create these reports, and also you have to plan what all reports I have to create. Right. Let me go here. I just put one image and then I created these reports. So what I'll do is I downloaded the new data by this morning so that I can show you the latest data of this COVID-19, and I pasted that in my Google Drive so that I can show you how we can connect it with say what is that, web as well. Okay, so let me just show you this Google Drive. See, I've kept the data. This is the latest data. This is the old data which I used. This is the latest data. Morning I downloaded. Let me just open this. So this is data what I have. See, this is the latest data what I have. This says 25, or that is 25th April. So what we'll do is I'll go here. I'll show you how we can connect the Power BI and the web data. So what I did is put your data somewhere in this Google Drive to practice. Go to this file and I'll say publish to web. Okay, when I say publish to web, this data I will get published. Once it is done, say it will ask, say entire document. Always use this entire document if you have multiple sheets. Otherwise, it will take only a single sheet or something. Say I'll go here, I'll take the single sheet, only for single sheet. If I say entire document, all the data, whatever is there in different sheets in my Google page will get say published. I'll go here, take it as comma separator, whichever format you want, say Excel or anything. I'll just take it as CSV file, because that will be more faster actually. That but the kind of space what it will take, it will be less. Then here I'll say entire document, and then so this document is already published actually. So what we'll do, we'll take this path. See, I'll get one link here wherein I can use this. See, this link which is there here, when I publish, I'll get this. Now what we'll do is I just close this. I'll go to this Power BI. Okay, now if I want, I'll go and we'll take new workbook, or we'll work in this only. Go to this, get data. Here, instead of going to this Excel or anything, I'll just say web. Click on that web. It'll ask for the link from where I need to extract the data. Just give that link and say OK. So what will happen is it will go to this connection, the link, and it will give me that data. See, the data what was there in my say Google Drive, that will come here. See, this is the data what I had. It will ask the data type detection based on first 200 rows. So what it will do, it will take some sample data, the first 200 rows, and it will decide the data types, because data type is very important. To brief you, data type is nothing but the kind of data what I'm storing in each column, and that is very important when I'm actually plotting the chart. Okay, suppose if you go here and say entire say sheet, if you go here, I have this entire sheet, then it will take complete data and then it will decide the data type. As of now, we'll think that they are proper. So first 200 samples is enough. Then I'll say load. Suppose if you think that there is some problem with the heading, so you can go here, transform data like I showed you, to move that column or something. So do some editing, I can do it here. But as of now, I'll say load. Just loaded this. Now, if you go and check this, it is getting loaded. Once it is loaded, it will come here. So it is publishing. So when you're connecting to net, so this is what happens. It will be a little slow. So you should have a lot of patience. So once it is done, see, I'll get the data here. Can you see this? I got the data here. Let me open one new page. Now let's create a chart or say visualizations. Let me take this column chart, and here I'll take the number of cases and I'll take by continent. See, now if you want to have the label, I'll go here and I'll take this label, say data labels. If you want to increase, I'll increase the font here just to show you. See, this is by continent. Suppose if you want by country, then I have one more field here. I can just select this and make it by country here like this. And there'll be so many data here. That's why it is getting jumbled. So what we'll do is we'll take one slicer and we'll take this. So depending on this selection, I can filter the data as well. So what I'll do, let me select this and then we'll take this. Let's select this country and then the cases. See, now if you go and check this, I'll move this on top. This is for the Asia. Let me click on this Africa, or let me convert this into drop down. See, I can go here, I can select this like this. So based on the data what I have, based on the data what I have used, the reports will get updated automatically. So you don't have to bother too much about how actually have to go and create the reports. It is just such simple. If you have the data, just you'll have to drag the visualization and start creating. Now what you see here is for the specific continent. Let's say this is for the cases, which is the confirmed cases. Now let's say I want to see about the, do we have death? Yes, the deaths. Then I'll create one more report there. I'll go here, I'll create one more. I'll say by country, I want the number of death. Then here again, see, I want to filter this by continent. Let me select this. See, these are the number of deaths. You can combine this here both together, the say confirmed cases and death. For that we have to use a different kind of chart here. Let me go here, I'll just click on this and I'll say, see, we can still customize it. I'm just showing you, I'm not teaching you guys how to format and all these things. I'm just showing you the possible things can be done in Power BI. Let me go here. This is one way of doing it, but the more interesting part here is about the map. Let me click on this map. Let's say I want to know, let me click on these countries. and then I'll say the cases. See, now I can see all this data on the map. This I can publish. Okay, suppose let me go here. I'll take the continent. See, I have only the continents and the countries in the continent. If I had one more drill down, one more hierarchy, that is about the states, then I could have taken the states also in this India. Now, suppose if you go to this Asia, see, only this Asia part will be covered here. Zooming India, see here. It is just giving me only the value here in India, that's all. Because I have the data till the countries only. Suppose if I had data, so further drill down, say in India, states, and again in states, a city, I can easily go and I can plot those kind of charts as well here. I can easily plot, let's say here, if I had, let me take one more slicer, and if I had, say Asia, if I go here and say India, where is India? Here. When I click on this India, see, if I further I had the states, then if I click on this, then again I'll get the different value for these states. So like that. So here, when I'm working on business intelligence, we should make sure that the data is proper. Means whatever desired reports I need to have proper reports. So this is how we can create it. Now let's say after all this, let's assume that I've created all this. Let me save this. I need to publish this. Publish in the sense, now this will be viewed by others globally. So how to do that? I'll go here, see here, I have something called as publish. Just have to click here. It's getting saved 1 minute. Got hanged. Power BI is little slow actually. Okay, so once I click on this, what will happen is this will go and save in your say server. So that will be accessed. So I'll get a path wherein I can just, it's not actually working, it's got hanged. So once I click on this publish, so what will happen is it will go to your say what is that server, and from there I'll get a link where I can share it to everyone. From there, if they just click on that link, so what will happen is they can view the report. So let me just show you if that is there. Okay, yeah, I'm just clicking on this publish. See what it will do, it will go here, it will select, I'll just select the space. See, it is publishing. So once this is published, I'll show you how it looks. Now this is what I published. I'll get this link. Let me click on this. It will open this path. So what it will do, whatever file I have created, whatever dashboard I've created, it will publish in my account. Let me sign in. So the dashboard what we had created, the reports what we had created, that will get published here. See, this will get published in the net. See, I go here, click on any of these, I'll get the reports here. I'll go to this page one. I created one report that will be available here. So this is what we had created. We select this. So this is how the people can see from internet. Okay, this is how it will be. I'll go here, I'll make it as full screen. See, this is how it will be. I'll say page 2, whatever data I had, that will be showing. Then I'll go to this page 4 where we had that map or some reports what we had created here. See, so this is how you can publish. I'm just showing you roughly. Okay, so there are so many formattings what we have to do so that we'll put that labels and all these things. That is all about the dashboard techniques. But I'm just showing you in a very draft way where I can drag and drop all the reports and then publish it. So this is how we'll be publishing, and this is how we'll be viewing the reports. So this can be viewed. Say if you have this link, you can open from your mobile as well, because it's like an internet page where I can just open that and click on that particular report, and then I can view it. Okay, so this is actually the Power BI. So you can connect to any data source and create the reports. So if you go here again, I'll go to this desktop. So any changes you do. Now suppose I'm doing some changes here. Let me remove this. I'll remove this visualization. Now I have only this continent. Let me save this. Okay. Now I'll say publish. If I say publish, I think again it'll take some time. Say publish. So what will happen? It'll replace already the reports what I had. See, it'll say replace. I just replace it. That is saving there. See, it got replaced. Now if you go here to this link, let me close this. The updated report, whatever is there, that will be available. See, let me go to this page 5. Here I had removed that one control, that is visualization of the country. See, now I have only continents here. Click on this Africa. See, we plot only here. Let me click on this. See, Europe. America. We'll go to America and it will show the area there. See, like this. Right? Okay. So this is how we can import the data, create the reports, and then publish. What reports you have to create, how to create the dashboards, and all these things, that will be learned in detail when you come to this course. Okay, so I have very good experience in how to create dashboards in Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and all these things. So I'll always implement my skills in developing these dashboards and reportings. For that, you should not be a master or say expert. If you know the concepts, the creativity, it's very easy to create any kind of reports like this. Okay, for this we need to learn charting techniques, which is again very simple in this Power BI, because you have inbuilt visualizations here. Suppose one more thing I forgot to tell you, suppose if you think that I want to create the more interesting say visualizations here we have something called as marketplace. Okay, let me click on this marketplace. Here I'll have hundreds of what is that, visualizations which I can download. Let me just show that as well. So if you go to this, it will take me to the say Microsoft Store, where I have thousands of visualizations. See here, this is marketplace. See, I want to create a bullet chart, so I don't have to bother. Say in Excel, I have to align everything and then create the charts. See here, it's nothing. Just go here, say add, it will get downloaded, or it will get added here. If you want, you can download, or you can say add. So this will get added here. See, it's getting added here. See, it got added here. Now I can use this. See, the visualization was successfully imported. Let me go here. I'll click on this. Then I can start creating this bullet chart by any of this data. Let me again go to this marketplace. See, I can scroll down. So suppose if you want to create some chart like this, so you don't have to bother, just you have to say add this visualization, get added here, and then you can start creating the reports like this. And again, you don't have to bother. What will happen if the other person is not having this visualizations? You don't have to bother. This will automatically, get the reports here, whatever the visualization you have given. So you don't have to bother about whether my client will have these kind of things. So it will automatically take this say visualization. It will show me the report. See here, it has been categorized as well. Say advanced analytics. So here I have so many different visualizations. So you can add this or you can download this as well, so that you can use this in future. So here if you go, so once I import this, it will be available here and you can select this visualization. So there are thousands of visualizations like this. So you can use this for creating the reports. Okay, so this is all what we have in my demo. I just wanted to brief you what Power BI is and how actually we can use this tool for creating very nice, creative, and dynamic charts and dashboards. Okay, so how to publish. So the in-depth of this I'll be doing from next week. That is from next Saturday. I'll be starting these sessions. So whoever is interested, please let us know. So I will send you the invite and we can start the session.